Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. So, time of massive transformations at the moment. Independently, collectively, lots of Saturn energies clearing. So I see Saturn energies as a black dragon. So any of you that use or associate with dragon energies, sometimes I see a certain colour dragon and they help alchemize any kind of like energetic fields that I have kind of like coming up or in front of me. So I see the black dragon, the Saturn dragon, and Saturn is very much about third dimensional energy. So I've really felt this weekend a real big portal opening to allow for kind of like any last bits of third dimensionalityness that we are choosing to focus on is being illuminated, being felt in order to, do you choose you want to focus on this or do you want to choose to focus on something else? So there are certain themes that have come in with this portal energy as well. So the first one is unified field. So unity consciousness. So a unity consciousness is I'm taking everything that is third dimensional, the Saturn energy, the dark energy, the shadow, and I no longer am in the program of rejecting it, that I can actually accept it. It's part of me, so therefore why should I reject it if it's part of me? So then we become whole, more balanced, and it's kind of like I can see my shadows, I can see where I've been, I can see where I'm at. Am I in fear, anger, sadness, control, manipulation, shame, guilt, and all of those other programs that are third dimensional, lack of joy, lack of passion. Am I in any of that? Creation as well is always difficult in third dimensionality because it's kind of like you'll try to vocally manifest something in third dimensionality, and you can't manifest off it. It's so slow, it's so muddy, it is whereas the planet is now fifth dimensional, so we are the ones that are ascending up to her soul energy, we're catching up to her, but as well it's kind of like give yourself a break, everyone. You know, you can do this in your own time. If you think of time as just a tiny speck of sand in the whole scheme of things, so kind of like if you're worried about kind of like, oh, am I doing this ascension right, am I on target, again, this is, you know, such a third dimensional perspective of where we are, because the fifth dimensional perspective is where you are is right where you should be right now. You know, it's okay to reread a book if you haven't fully absorbed some of the chapters. That's okay too, and that is kind of like what we are doing in ascending, is kind of like, you know, taking small little steps up. Well, I might need to go down a couple of steps and just sit in that step energy for a little while as well before we can kind of continue our onward journey. So unified field is where we can accept both the light and the dark. We're unifying it, unification of third, fourth, fifth, energetic spaces and fields, so to speak. So we can exist in all of them and be absolutely still in the love center with it. I love my shadows, I love the darkness, because without the darkness there would not be any birth of the light. We need a dark sky at night to see the stars shine. So we need both aspects of duality. And when we kind of like look at duality, love, hate, anger, courage, you know, all of these dualistic expressions, they're all just going to come together. But at the moment we are being asked as well, what path do you want to choose? And this is about polarity as well. So you can test yourself, kinesiology wise, what polarity is my consciousness currently in. So kind of if you make an infinity symbol with your fingers, if the answer is yes, your muscles will stay nice and strong. It's true. If the answer is no, your muscles will break. You know, it will weaken that field energetically. So am I in negative polarity? Am I in positive polarity? Am I in neutral polarity? So the aim is to go for in between, so for neutrality, but on the air of positivity. Obviously, if you're completely positive all the time, but that bubble is going to burst sometime and you're just going to, you know, prick your bum on a unicorn horn. So it's kind of, you know, neutrality on the air of positivity. So we've come out on a planetary aspect in third dimensionality as a very negative polarity. So the whole polarity of the planet is also shifting. So everything is shifting. Dimensions have shifted, and they have shifted. That is done. You know, our planet is already chosen, because a planet is still a soul that chose to spend some space in time as a planetary energy. And she is supporting us energetically. So it doesn't really matter, you know, Mother Earth. We think of our Mother Earth because she's abundant and she's giving and she's fulfilled. That's the only reason why, you know, she may be described as female. But it's absolutely irrelevant. Can we see past the gender as just energy? So again, kind of like that's another theme in duality. Dualistic is the division, is the separation, the divide. Whereas the unity conscious, it's kind of like, right, it's kind of like your gender, your colour, your culture, don't matter. You know, we're all human beings. If you cut me, I still bleed, and my shit still stinks. So it's kind of like, you know, we are unified, we are all one in sense, but not just human beings, kind of like all beings. Neutrality. So when we hold the perspective or the polarity of neutrality, nothing can, so it's the knowing nothing can harm me. Everything is created in neutrality, whether it's negative, whether it's positive, is a spin. As a creator being, I create upon it. So everything is created in neutrality, and everything is created in order for us to learn something. So we've been learning about the negative polarity. Great, we've done that. Right, we're now on the next chapter. We're now learning about the polarity of positive. Great, brilliant. And we could be here for some time, that's absolutely fine. But again, we're coming up to the unified field of holding a neutral polarity. So that's where we're way in the future. But we are working kind of like towards that. Creation energies. So obviously in the fifth dimensional energetic field, creation energies are manifestation energies, quicker, faster, speedier, from head to hand, so to speak. So it's kind of like, where's my head at? Literally, where is my monkey mind at? If you are feeling anxious, get out of the head, into the body. Do some physical exercise that literally you can't think at the same time as kind of like working the body. It could be something energetic. It could be something that is qigong, tai chi, yoga, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. You're the creator being. You decide. Get out of the head and into the body. Give yourself a little practice every day as well, like a little self-love practice or a routine, a discipline. You know, the disciples weren't called the disciples for something. They were very disciplined, and the reason why they were disciplined is because they took care of their temple, kept it purified, but also kind of using the mind and the body as one connected with source energy, all one and all things. They were master alchemists of their own physicality. You've got the capacity to do this. It's just literally taking that time with yourself every day. If you've got the space and time as well to do it, definitely twice a day right now as well, because energies are quite intense. So you've got the tool set to do this. Everyone has the ability to alchemize. It's just the knowing and the practice. That's it. It's simple. So creation, where's my joy and passion at? What's my core values? What is it that makes my heart sing? What is it that I love doing? And it could be that you may need to lay bare for a little while to actually really decide what it is that where you really want to be and what it is that you really want to do. Go take some time to live. Take some time to play, not work. How can you ignite your passion, or how can you find your passion if you're in a workspace? So if you can right now, take some time out. If you're feeling overwhelmed, definitely take some time out for yourself. If you are feeling undervalued, definitely take some time out from those that are undervaluing you, because they will recognize how valued you are when you're not there. Be on the phone, oh, you're not here. Oh, when are you coming back? Well, the minute you start appreciating me again, that's when I return thank you. Boundaries are really important now as well, to really know your worth. If you know your worth, this is a place where you are manifesting from. We are manifesting quicker and harder. So if you know your worth, you know you're going to get whatever it is that you're manifesting, because it's kind of, I know my worth and I have to receive it because I'm of value, and my value will reflect as to what is being manifested. Again, you've got to put a little bit of action into the manifestation as well. So it's not just kind of like sitting in your armchair or meditating saying, well, I want this and I want that and da-da-da. It ain't about that. It's literally kind of like, right, what is it that I love? How is it that I want to feel? I want to feel loved. I want to feel respected. I want to feel like I've got a blissful heart. I want to maybe go on adventures. It's kind of like, what is it that you want? How is it that you want to feel? Get down to your core root of being and find out what it is, your core values, which you love. Can't do that when you are either distracting yourself with certain entertainments that are designed to be distracting, or with work. Take some time if you need to take some time right now. The other one is karmic knocks untied. Big one, kind of like this weekend, big portal opening. So kind of like, and I know kind of in the UK it was Father's Day as well, so families getting together. So when families were getting together, were you feeling triggered by your families? Beautiful, great, because your family is reflecting right back at you, your discriminations, potentially your divisions, your anger, your guilt, shame, sadness, potentially around things, also codependencies and attachments. There is so much going on relationship wise that we are really having a great big clear out of the wardrobe, and people kind of like really kind of like putting those boundaries up and saying, do you know what, I ain't doing this. You make me feel uncomfortable, you make me feel unworthy. I'm literally going to spend 10 seconds with you and to say I did, or you're going to get people saying, no, I can't make it. If that is there, then it's kind of like, these people may have been kind of judging you as well from past aspects, that you may have felt, you may have been the actor in their theatre of them feeling unworthy. So if they are stuck in their unworthiness, you're going to get blamed for it, for them feeling like stink. So just to put that into context as well. So as an individual, how can I take responsibility for me feeling like stink? Because that is reflection on my worth is minute and needs to be expansive. How can I go away and really expand my sense of self-worth? Literally be boundaried, go away, respect yourself, put in some kind of daily love ritual practice, go into the silence, meditate, something that helps clear out emotions and things for the body. Eat well, eat clean, something that's kind of like easy to digest. Processed foods, you're gonna feel chaotic, you're gonna feel all over the place. Sugars, frequency right down. And I'm not saying kind of like refrain from all of this stuff, because let's face it, kind of like being completely puritanic, you know, we're still having a human experience, so you got to enjoy little aspects of it as well. It's about balance. So if you're doing all the bad stuff all the time, you're gonna feel it, and that is not really respecting yourself either. So your self-worth is going to be there, your manifestation, well, God help you. But we told you so. Do you know what I mean? We told you so. So it's kind of like a days of COVID. Are you listening? Because we don't want to be right. It's giving up being right, and we don't want to say I told you so. It's just kind of just hold some perspective. Can I take responsibility? Or where is it that I'm playing the blame game of other people for blaming them how I feel? So your families right now could literally become your superpower. Have those difficult conversations about where that loved one made you feel. Because they will probably, they definitely will have no awareness of how they have. But don't forget, they aren't really to blame, you know, because you've got something internally that you've put your hand up and said, I want to experience. They've just merely been actors in your show. So thank you to our relatives for being our actors, because we've needed them in order to feel this way, in order to learn something about ourselves, and to learn about ourselves, our internal alchemy. So it's to change focus, change polarity, negative, positive, grace, living in grace as well. Receive, just be, give thanks. So where am I receiving my lesson? Can I be grateful for my lesson, no matter how crunchy that felt? Living in grace. Playing the blame game. You are going to feel so tired and drained, and you'll be blaming that other person for your feeling drained. It ain't on them. It's completely on you. It's your energy. You manage it. You know, sorry I'm being harsh mama right now, but it's kind of like, it's time, you know. So, but at the same time, you know, this is intense. So for every single human being that is here right now, absolutely great big respect from you for doing this, for being here. Those that are kind of like willing to, you know, lift the band-aid off and have a look at all of their shadows, and then from there create a choice. You're all awesome. You know, those that are not willing to pull the band-aid off, that they may not even be contracted to come from 3D to 5D, that they just become beautiful markers for the rest of us. Yeah, God help them for kind of like the things they're manifesting. But can we still hold space in our hearts and love for them? There is no discrimination for where we are right now, how we are choosing to be. It's kind of like love, absolutely love all of you for just being here and doing it. So I leave my love with you for the day. Have an amazing one, no matter whatever it is that you're doing. If you're not having an amazing one, I still love you anyway. If you're being a little bit of a knob today and difficult, love you anyway. You know, if you're kind of like breezing it, well done. And love you guys too as well. So it's kind of like wherever you are right now. It's right where you should be. It's all fine. It's all good. You are all awesome having this life experience. Every single one of you. Don't look at anyone else and compare yourself as well to other people, because, you know, that'll only kind of breed jealousy. Just focus on your own aisle. Just focus on your own path, what it is that you love doing, what it is that you like, and however it is that you want to turn up. Just run in your own lane. Don't matter what anyone else is doing. These gurus that think, you know, they've got it all nailed and everything else. You know, the minute we think we know it all, we know nothing. So kind of like, even when you're listening to this and you think that I might have it all covered, but really, you know, I don't. You know, I'm going through this as much as anybody, but these videos help me process some of the energies. So I like to share. All right, everyone, take care. Love you all. Bye.